Good morning, everybody. It's Charles and Thomas on the Hastings Hay and Tree Farm. We're filling up our burn holes so we can burn again. We have to dig all the stumps up to be able to make a nice smooth hay pasture. Sorry we didn't make a video last month. After the hurricane, I felt like it was a need just to have family time. So that's what we done last month. We just had family time. So we're here. Got back home off the boat. We needed to do some work on trailers yesterday. I'm sorry we didn't get no videos of that, but Miss SOT Metalworks, she wanted a choppy video, so we got a choppy video. And I'll be sure and post some other videos of some pictures of this for Captain Kleeman. He was looking at making a grapple bucket, and this is what mine looks like. I'm sure you can add some hydraulic arms and hydraulic hoses and make your own. But I bought this one. Well, I'm going to show you Thomas. There's Thomas. Say hi, Thomas.
Hi.
He's doing all my video. This is off my phone, so we're not expensive. We do it off my cell phone. My mom and dad bought this property in 1950, 55, 56, and we raised beef Angus here for pretty much my childhood life. Then Dad got into tree farming, as far as growing longleaf pine trees for timber. And when he planted this, he didn't realize that he didn't have all the research that they have now, and realized that the soil was compacted by the cows. So it was going to cost too much to redo this and have somebody come in and rip it up to plant the pine trees. So we decided to go ahead and make this a hay pasture, and we bought some property across the street. We're turning that into the hay farm, or tree farm. And we've already got the trees planted. They come in last year, right before our big hard freeze in southeast Texas that we had for 4 days. They come in and planted the trees, and then we had all kinds of rain after the freeze, so they had to come in and recount them. They planted on 48 acres. They planted 600 trees to the acre. That's what the count was after they got through planting them. And those trees will just grow. And that'll be that's what we call our retirement fund. By the time we get ready to retire, those trees will be ready to cut. They're planted on a 10 by 12 spacing. And we'll be me and Thomas will go over later, and we'll make a video of our tree farm. It's just grown up right now. They'll come in a couple years, and they'll burn around. Put a burn through the property and burn all the undergrowth and everything out from underneath the trees, and they'll come on up and sprout on up out of the ground. I mean, they're out of the ground now, but they'll go ahead and plant. They'll come on up out of the ground, out of their grass stage. Longleafs are a very slow growing tree. They stay in what they call a grass stage for a minimum of 2 years before they put a burn on it, and Then when they burn, they'll put a slow fire on it. They'll have what they call it a real slow fire. That way it'll burn all the undergrowth out from underneath the trees, and they'll take and it makes the trees start growing better out of the ground. But anyway, this video is just for my boys to be able to see that they, what they had as they were growing up and what I had as growing up. We have 3 girls and 2 boys, and all of our girls are older, grown and gone. My 2 boys, they're 19, and Thomas, he'll be 6 next weekend. So he likes to run the tractor with Daddy. He's got his buddy seat, and he likes to ride with Daddy all the time, making videos. I said something about making a video this morning, and he said, when we gonna make our video? Huh. So we're gonna make y'all a video of this. What I done is I used an excavator with a thumb on it. I dug me a hole. I put these stumps in it, and I started burning. And this is just leftover scraps from when they come in and log the property. We had this property totally clear cut, since we are turning it into a hay pasture. And this is just some of the oak remnants they had left. I was going to take and make firewood out of it, but between boat life and home life and raising a family, it's hard. I didn't have time to get this before it got rotten, so it's starting to get rotten, so I figured I might as well go ahead and burn it up too. This is kind of overgrown, and Thomas getting video of his shoes. Hold on. Got it? He's got his Batman Crocs on today. We had a little cold front blow in last night. It's kind of cool out there, the wind blowing, so we're not going to burn today. We'll burn later in the week probably. I just wanted to get all this piled up and put in a hole. That way whenever I do burn, it'll be ready to burn. I won't have to do it later. You're riding with us on the John Deere 5075E. It has the contractor tires on it. My dad got me onto this before he passed away a couple years ago. He got me onto contractor tires because it was didn't quite make the footprint that an ag tire would, so we use these, and it's a 4-wheel drive tractor. And yeah, see, some of these logs are probably a little bit more weight than what this tractor needs, but it does the job. We have, you look out there, you can see that we have, I've been doing some disking and trying to get it leveled out, but it's got bumps and everything else in it, so we just have to take our time and get it smoothed out and get it disc up. But we do it a little bit as I can, and I usually have Thomas with me whenever I'm doing it because he's got to help Daddy all the time. Ha. My wife told me the only way I could have a cab tractor is I bought Thomas a buddy seat, and he was just a little guy. He was probably 2 or 3 years old. No, he wasn't even that. He was about 1.5 years old when I bought this tractor, and He, every time I go somewhere, he's with me. I just want to give a big shout out to SOT Metalworks. He's made our signs for us, and y'all seen in the first video. We started this. It's been it's going to take a while. I've got a 5-year plan to have all this cleaned up and have it disc up ready for hayseed. Let's see if we can get 2, Thomas. We'll get 2 small ones anyway. Well, oh, that's somewhat small. This hole that I'm stacking this stuff in is about 150 foot long and about 20 foot wide and about 15, 16 foot deep. It's filling in with ashes, but that's okay. That'll just be nutrients for later whenever we get everything covered back up and get the grass seed planted. And just be nutrients later down the road. We have both of our properties on a government reimbursement program. It's through the NRCS, and what they do, they're just trying to improve the environment. And the tree farm, it takes a lot of prep work to do it the way they want it done, but we have a great agent in where we live out here in East Texas, and he helped us out a lot, and he showed us what we would need to do. And then I have a timber management company that they come in and done everything for us, and got our logger to come in. And they done a good job. They really did. We had some, as you can see, some of these logs, these are just limbs that come off of the property. This is not even the trunks. The trunks, they've all went to the sawmill. These are just limbs that were left over that they couldn't take to the sawmill. So I come in and I had a pile probably about 60, 70 foot tall and about 200 foot long, and it just sat too long, and this wood started getting rotten. So I told my wife, I said, well, we might as well burn it up and get rid of it. So last excavator I rented, I took and done that, and as you can see, this one here, it's a pretty big limb. I mean, you can see show them a picture of that, Thomas. You can see that's a pretty big chunk of wood there. And we, like I said, the wood's not any good anymore, not to burn in our fireplace. It would drop before we used it all, so I probably had 20 or 30 cords of wood, but just didn't didn't get the time to get it cut up and split. So we having to burn it, but that's okay. We'll get firewood for the winter. I hope everybody has a good winter, because it's they're predicting that it's going to be the worst winter we've had in several years. It's supposed to be worse than what we had last year. I hope we don't have that, because it was down here in Texas. We don't like the cold weather. We don't mind the cold fronts every now and then, but the real cold weather, it's too bad. We don't care for it too much. Like I said, I'm sorry about the videos not being out, but life's hard that whenever you work on a towboat and you come home and you only have a limited time at home to get things done. You just don't have time. But I'm gonna start making time a little bit more often for my boys. They need to be able to see these videos and know how this farm was built. Know where it come from. I was raised on this farm. I've been right here in East Texas all my life, and been raised right here. I wanted to move back home and raise my family here, and that's what we're doing. We're raising our family here. I think Thomas and Keith enjoy it, and they like being in East Texas. We're going to get this all knocked out, and then me and Thomas try to make a video later about our tree farm. Y'all have a good one.